Joel Bylander, also Calvin Cromer and Ryan Nally. In the forwards, Julio Moncada, Philip Goodrum, and Emil Elveroth. The officials tonight for the match. Referee is Brandon Marion, the assistant referee Justin Howard, and Robert Dale. We are ready for action. As the head coaches, by the way, Aiden Heaney, his 17th season for UNCW, and his second season for Presbyterian, Jonathan Potter. And action is underway. UNCW will control. It'll be interesting to see. As we said, Tom, it's Presbyterian, as you were talking about. They're going to probably pack it in defensively. UNCW, throughout the season, they like to attack, so it'll be interesting. If they can get that early goal, that'll be a big key in this match.
Yeah, scouting both teams coming into tonight. Presbyterian favors a 4-4-1-1. And at times, we'll sit a little bit deep. But that does one of two things. Obviously, you're hard to break down, but also you're dangerous on the counterattack. And it looks like Vanier up front for the Blue Hose is one of those keys for them. So, yeah, interesting to see how it plays out. You see UNCW already employing three at the back. This allows you to do a couple things. You keep your width, and you also are able to get a couple bodies forward, as we see Garcia here down the right-hand side.
Seahawks trying to bring it into the penalty area. Tried to go ahead to Garcia, but the assistant said offsides, UNCW. And that'll be Presbyterian with control. Again, this is a first-round match in the NCAA tournament. The winner of this one will take on North Carolina on Sunday. Of course, UNCW beat North Carolina earlier in the season. And the reason the Seahawks got in the tournament, the RPI, is spectacular. I mean, they played 6 teams that are in this field. So they have – Coach Aiden Heaney has said this every year. He wants to play the best because that's good for the guys. And if they make the tournament, there's no nerves. They should be ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's that, early season form that I think that really solidified it. Like you said, playing a lot of ranked teams. And obviously that huge victory here at UNCW Soccer Stadium against Chapel Hill. Little bit of a slump sort of midway, but then picked it up again in the CAA tournament. And now here on the big stage.
Seahawks now, as Presbyterian tried to make a move on their side. Seahawks will take control. Looking back to the goalkeeper, Cretans, and he will send it forward for the Seahawks. I would imagine, too, I mean, you played in many of these matches. Is a feeling out process the first 5 or 6 minutes, kind of see what everybody's going to be doing?
Yeah, it's the adrenaline. The first 5 minutes of any game, is a little bit frantic. And now with this little bit of wet on the pitch, ball's going to be skipping. Balls might be bouncing a little bit until you, play your way into the game, connect your first few couple of passes. And then after that, try and employ what your coaches have told you are going to be the tactics for the evening.
Presbyterian trying to attack here. Cretans will come up. You can see the wetness on the pitch there as he slid to take that ball. And now UNCW Cretans will set. He'll send it forward. Good crowd here tonight. Of course, last time the Seahawks, this is their 3rd time in the NCAA men's tournament. A few years ago, they hosted a first-round game against Bucknell, beat them here at the UNCW Soccer Stadium. So it's the 2nd time the Hawks have been able to host an NCAA tournament game, which is a huge advantage. Of course, you got your home crowd. And it looks like a big crowd here, a lot of students, and we'll see when we get the official attendance later what kind of crowd we have. The Bucknell game had over 2,000 people here.
Yeah, I think we'll be close tonight. Close to that tonight for sure.
Now, soccer players, cold or hot? What would you rather play in? It's a little chilly.
I'll tell you what, if you ask anybody, these are ideal conditions. It's not too warm. There is that, like we said, there's that dew on the pitch. It's not windy. These are absolutely ideal conditions to play football in.
Presbyterian now with control. The Blue Hose from South Carolina. It's a small school, just over 1,000 enrollment. And again, coming forward, looks like UNCW going to let it roll out. It'll be a goal kick for Cretans. Just 4 minutes into this match. Again, first round NCAA men's tournament, UNCW Presbyterian College. The Seahawks, of course, as we mentioned, played some other squads. North Carolina, by the way, awaiting the winner of this. They're seeded 3rd in this tournament. Wake Forest is seeded number 1. UNCW played them in an exhibition earlier this season. So they've had a lot of it. VCU seeded 16th. The Seahawks played them. Virginia, number 11 seed. Seahawks also played them. So they've got a lot of experience against some of these squads. Seahawks now coming forward. Presbyterian will quickly turn and go the other way as they take control. Blue Hose trying to counterattack. Nice defense there. The Seahawks getting back. Ryan Nally there. got back to stop that and send it back to Cretans, who sends it forward.
Yeah, and Nally wasn't getting a ton of time early in the year, and steps in. Coaching staff decides to go 3 at the back, and he's really done well out there on that left wing back position and really made it his own. Excited to see that kind of stuff happen, throughout the course of the season.
Nice play forward here. Garcia tries to go towards the goal, and the goalkeeper Behrend came out and got there before Philip Goodrum for UNCW. Again, we mentioned Behrend, a .94 goals against average. By the way, in the tournament, the Big South tournament, Presbyterian won 2 games. They were both shutouts. They were 0-0. They had to go to penalty kicks for both of them. They finished 6th in their conference and then ended up winning the conference tournament.
Yeah, and we look at the overall record they had, 6-8-5. You don't think it's that impressive, but again, in the playoff format, if you're peaking at the right times, you're always giving yourself a chance.
And as we said, in this time of year, it's win and you keep going, and you lose, your finish for the season. So, crowd continuing to come in here at the UNCW Soccer Stadium. This will be the final game here this year for UNCW, of course, because if they win, they will go to Chapel Hill on Sunday. Seahawks control now in the Presbyterian end. Almost a giveaway, and there was a giveaway for a second there as Sergio Pinto comes up for Presbyterian, but the ball goes off of him. It'll be a throw-in right in front of the UNCW bench.
But like you said, after the first 6 minutes, you start to see tactics set in. Blue Hose have 10 bodies behind the ball, and really tough for UNCW to break them down. It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Aiden Heaney, Zach Haynes, the rest of the Seahawk coaching staff has decided is the way that they're going to try and break down this wall of white shirts tonight.
And not a lot of time. Of course, both teams found out, well, of course, Presbyterian won their tournament, so they knew they were in. UNCW found out Monday they were going to get in. So not a lot of time really to do a lot of scouting. You get the tape. You see what you can. Seahawks come forward now. Little pooch up in the air. Presbyterian will send it forward. Knocked down by Yalmar Ekdahl. Seahawks with 7 players, by the way, that made the All-CAA team this year. First, second, and third. Now Presbyterian just going to send it out.
As well as the CAA Rookie of the Year and Ekdahl. So congratulations to the young man from Sweden.
Throw in for the Hawks. Looking to try to get it into the goal area. Tried to get Jamil Gracia, but he couldn't get to it. Presbyterian tried to get it out. Goodrum saves it for UNCW. Now he'll try to break in. Gets knocked down in the penalty area. Ran into the Presbyterian player. Of course, you knew the fans would be screaming for a penalty there.
Yeah, and to be honest, anywhere else on the pitch, that's probably a free kick. But this early, referee, don't want to be giving penalties for something soft. But that's definitely worth a shout from the UNCW fans here.
Yeah, that's the interesting part, too, the officials. You got to figure out how they're going to call this match.
Another thing that you can kind of sense early on in the game, maybe lets a few tackles go early because of the adrenaline for everybody. But, yeah, definitely worth a shout there. But good pressure.
Ball forward to Behrend for Presbyterian, the Blue Hose, and he'll set it up as everyone will move away. Again, UNCW comes in with a record of 11-7 on the season. Presbyterian, as Tom mentioned, 6-8-5. But you win your conference championship, you're playing good at the end, and you're in the NCAA tournament. You're one of 48 left. Seahawks now just put the ball way up in the air, looking for the header. Bounces it around near midfield. Well, that field is slick, though, to watch it. The players are sliding. Oh, nice heel kick by Goodrum there. Gracia moving forward. He's got to move. Oh, he tried to get it into the middle and was knocked away by the defender for Presbyterian. That's number 8, Edo Martin. Seahawks almost had the break there. I guess when you're playing a team like Presbyterian defensively, if you can get that goal, that really might cause them to really change their whole tactic. Yeah,
an early goal does, obviously a few things. You get the lead, but also kind of settles down any sort of tension that you're feeling from the UNCW, who are, coming in arguably as favorites. And then also, like you said, you've got to get a result here as the Blue Hose, so you're going to have to start sending some bodies forward. And UNCW has been really successful when teams have had to do that and catching teams on the counterattack.
Ball at midfield now, Presbyterian. They're looking to move forward. Again, we're just underway, about 10 minutes into the first half here at UNCW Soccer Stadium. Jim Whitmire and Tom Parrott, we're glad you're with us on the Seahawk Digital Network. A throw-in coming for Presbyterian, I believe, right in front of their bench. When you get into a tournament, I'm just curious, tournament game, do you see the coaches, you think the substitution patterns change?
Again, it's that, game and done mentality. So throughout the course of the season, you might be putting in substitutions that are trying to get some guys some minutes, some experience and whatnot. Here it's just purely tactical to make sure that you're winning the game. So, yeah, there's probably some differences. But also, you're keying in on key matchups. Where are you exploiting their weaknesses, or where are their strengths? And maybe you have to, try something a little different defensively.
Seahawks cross it. Ekdahl sends it across. UNCW now moves into Presbyterian side. Turned it over, but they got it back, and UNCW will reset. Now the Seahawks will come forward. Julio Moncada tried to get the break forward, and the ball goes right to the goalkeeper, Behrend, for Presbyterian. Getting that ball, as you mentioned, is a little slicker with the grass, too, and with the field. So it might move a little quicker than they're used to. Yeah,
and that one there from Julio, it's a straight ball down the middle of the pitch. Obviously, if you overhit it, keeper's going to come out and get it in that spot. Can you hit an angled ball so it's hidden out wide and the keeper has no chance of coming to collect it?
Nice tackle there by you. Well, I thought it was a good tackle. I didn't even hear the whistle, but I guess the whistle blew by the official. "12 minutes in, first half, no score. UNCW Presbyterian from the UNCW Soccer Stadium. First round NCAA men's soccer tournament. Seahawks back in 2014 beat Bucknell, made it to the second round. They also, one other time, made it to the second round of the tournament. Of course, they'd like to go a lot farther this year. Presbyterian tried to come forward. They knocked the ball down with a header. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds, but they save it. Number 4, Luca Ziegler, surrounded by 3 Seahawks. Ziegler continues to battle, and the Seahawks, number 13, Calvin Cromer, takes it away. Hawks try to come forward. Moncada looking for it. Defensively, Presbyterian quickly up. Knocks it forward, and here come the Blue Hose. Seahawks take it away immediately. Bylander on defense takes it away. Gets it off to Ekdahl, and they'll come forward again with the Seahawks.
And you're going to be seeing a lot of that from Bylander. That's one of his best traits, is just winning tackles, winning loose balls, and then securing possession for UNCW.
Students continuing to stream in here. They had a nice little event for the students before this match tonight, so got a lot of them out here, and it's good to see them supporting this team. And a lot of local folks are out there. Of course, great soccer, you know that, what a great soccer community this is here in Wilmington. Seahawks now, Ekdahl looking right side. Said he puts it in the middle to Moncada. Seahawks just trying to figure out where they can go. Moncada turns. He's got a chance. He'll take the shot. Oh, knocked away by Connor Behrend. What a shot. That time the defense just kind of left Moncada.
And Moncada, it's good to see him back in. You know, he's a crafty player. He just looks to find the gaps in between the defensive line and the midfield line. He's already done it a couple times. That time picks it up. For some reason, Blue Hose back full just drops off and let him shoot. Good save from the goalkeeper, though.
Corner kick. Goodrum will take it for UNCW. We'll see if they have the set piece ready. They look for the header. Blue Hose knock it up in the air. It's going to go to the goalkeeper, who punches it out. Bylander tries to send it back in. The ball is still loose. There's a scrum. Finally, well, the Blue Hose hit it off the official, and UNCW has it. Of course, the official part of the playing field. Gracia tried to just punch it forward, hoping someone would break, but he put it a little too far. So Behrend had to make the early save for Presbyterian. Good chance for Moncada for UNCW.
Absolutely great hit, and that's a tricky save because, like you said, it bounced right in front of the goalkeeper, and with the moisture on the surface, it adds a little bit of pace and skips. He's done well to tip that around the post.
Behrend with the goal kick. Everybody moves to midfield. 15 minutes gone, first half. Fans trying to get riled up here. They've got the, I guess they call those thunder sticks. Love those. Bylander again knocks it down. Here come the Seahawks. Moncada trying to get the break, but it's taken away quickly by the defense of Ricardo Hernandez of Presbyterian. Blue Hose now try to break forward. Ekdahl, nice play on defense. Sends it back to the midfield. Moncada to Bylander, back to Moncada. Ahead now to Goodrum, back to Moncada. Reverse to the other side of the field in front of the Blue Hose bench. Elveroth now tries to go forward. And I believe we got a corner kick. Is that correct?
Yep,
got a corner.
And I like that from Elveroth. He's out wide there. A lot of times you'll turn out and maybe keep possession. But given that you just had so much pressure off a corner kick, why not try and get a cross in? And worst that happens, it deflects out and get another chance on a set piece.
Emil Elveroth.
Elveroth will take this corner kick. And it's short. Gives it to Goodrum, back to Elveroth. He'll now twist it in. The ball got through Presbyterian's defense, but quickly knocked out by number 4, Luca Ziegler. Dangerous play there as the defender for Presbyterian. The first one did not get a control of the ball as it went past him. Bylander with the header, knocked down. Presbyterian takes possession. Pretty much as we expected, it looks like so far. Presbyterian backing up. UNCW's kind of controlled, and their end. Presbyterian's tried a couple of counters, but nothing really has been effective so far. Sending it back to Cretans now, the goalkeeper. He has been such a solid performer for UNCW in goal this year.
Yeah, and sort of every level as well as we see Garcia again down the right, getting some joy.
Seahawks put it in the middle. They'll look to the corner now. Nice play out to Moncada. Tried to get to it. Back to Cromer. He'll send a shot towards the goal. Knocked away. And we will have another corner, this time from the other side of the goal of Behrend. This will be the third corner kick already for UNCW.
Yeah, and I like the mentality the Seahawks have right now. 30 yards out. Don't be afraid to take a strike on goal, especially with this wet surface.
Goodrum again will take the corner. Let's see. The last corner Elveroth took was short. Elveroth comes over with him, but Goodrum will send it towards the goal, looking for the header. And it's still up in the air. Ball loose, punched out by Behrend, the goalkeeper, again under pressure. Bylander he fell on slip, but he was able to save it. UNCW will keep control of the ball. Nally now. Seahawks putting on some good pressure here. Bylander again. He'll send it towards goal. Just a little bit wide of Behrend. It'll be a goal kick. Yeah, like you said, the Seahawks are taking those shots, but I mean, yeah, with this kind of surface like it is tonight, could get a crazy bounce. Something could happen there.
Yeah, absolutely. Worst that can happen, deflect it out for a corner. And interesting now in the corners that we've had, there's been about 3 different types of delivery or the way that they're trying to approach it. You send in 2 out there, forces the Blue Host to put a defender out there as well. You change the angle of the delivery. They've obviously spent a lot of time on the training pitch for their set pieces.
Behrend set with the goal kick. We are about 20 minutes into the first half. UNCW 2 shots. Presbyterian yet to have a shot. Again, ball just up in the air. Bylander goes up for the header, knocks it down to Goodrum for UNCW. Back to Bylander. And over to Garcia. Back now, sends it to Ekdahl. Seahawks will reset. They'll send it on the other side over by the UNCW bench. I looked up for a second and I said, wait a minute, UNCW has no subs, but they're all standing up. Sending it toward the goal. Got to keep warm, I guess.
Yeah, although it's a great surface to be playing in, it's or conditions. You don't want to be sitting on the bench too long for sure.
Seahawks again try to come forward. They try to send Goodrum left side. He is able to bring the ball in, and now he'll look to set. And the Seahawks will send it back out now. See if they try to reverse it. Said they'll send it back to Cretans. "20 minutes in, first half. UNCW Soccer Stadium on the Seahawk Digital Network. Jim Whitmire, Tom Parrott. And we're going to send Gracia forward if he can get to it, but the Presbyterian defender, number 4, that's Lucas Ziegler, got back, and then Gracia put it off of him, so we'll get another corner kick. Well, you said you've seen 3 different things. Now the question is, do they have a 4th, or maybe they found one they like?
Maybe it's just a different rendition of one of the 3. But see, in bringing out 2 here, that forces the Blue Hens to bring out 2 as well, so obviously 1 less defender in the box. And then depending on how you manipulate this, either you're changing the angle of delivery, or, like you've said, you just pulled that extra guy out, and now you let your big guys go attack it, which is what they're going to do.
Goodrum sends it over, looking for the header. It was knocked away by Presbyterian. Went out to, was that Nally? I believe it was, and he took the shot, just went a little high. And it'll be a goal kick for Presbyterian. Again, UNCW pretty much is controlling this action here in the first half. Presbyterian, though, doing what they do, is that's back up on defense. If you're just joining us, they won the Big South Conference tournament after finishing 6th in the conference, and they won both games. They scoreless.
Presbyterian College, number 20, Andrew Miller-Bell, replacing number 12, Helen O'Hara.
First sub of the game, Presbyterian Miller-Bell, a freshman from Gainesville, Georgia, comes in. Didn't hear the horn. I guess the horn's not working either tonight. Seahawks, Gracia just moves the Presbyterian player out of the way, and they have to knock it out. It'll be a throw-in for UNCW. Throw-in gets through to Moncada. He turns, looking for Goodrum. Ball knocked out. Off of Goodrum, it'll be a throw-in for Presbyterian.
Yeah, he had some success with that cheeky little back heel earlier. Tries it again. But when a player is, playing as well as Goodrum has been, and that is a definite free kick.
That's the new guy that just came in, Miller-Bell. He took down number 12. That's Ekdahl for UNCW. Again, the referee, if he's blowing the whistle, I'm not hearing it. But I guess they're hearing it on the field. Presbyterian now trying to break. Oh, they've got a 3. It was 3-on-3 for a second. UNCW gets back. Now Presbyterian, their player, Miller-Bell, who just came in, fell down.
Yeah, it's an interesting start from Bell. He's elbowed somebody in the face. He's run past the ball, and then he's fallen over.
UNCW coming forward. Presbyterian trying to get it offside, but there was no call because the Seahawks were not offside. And I believe we're going to get a corner again. This is the 5th corner kick, if I'm correct. I believe it's number 5 for the Seahawks. Goodrum will take this one. Let's see what he does this time. Hawks, the last one, tried to get it up high. Look for the header. But again, as Tom's mentioned, they've got 2 players out there, so Presbyterian will have to bring 2 out. Now they're going to release the 1 player, so Presbyterian backs up. Corner goes in. The goalkeeper couldn't get to it. Behrend, he tried to punch it. It was knocked away by UNCW on the header. And saved by Braden Smith.
Another quality delivery, though, from Goodrum there. It's got pace on it. It's got bend. It's dipping. And that tempted the keeper to come out, and he was nowhere near it. Lucky for him, his defenders defended well.
Moncada tried to get to the ball there for UNCW. Presbyterian takes it away, sends it forward. Ekdahl quickly came up to Bylander. I don't think he realized if he had turned there, he had a lot of room. Presbyterian wasn't there on defense, but they send it back and they'll reset. How hard is that for a goalkeeper, too, to try to do that punch out? Especially when you're surrounded by a bunch of guys at a scrum. That's got to be difficult.
Well, for me, given that I'm 5'0", it's very difficult for that big boy there. But he should be confident. He's made a big save early, and he's confident enough to come out to it.
Seahawks come forward again, looking for the shot on goal, and was knocked away by Behrend. What a save. I believe that was Emil Elveroth who took the shot. Man. Right on goal, and Behrend, when you said he should be confident, he's done a great job knocking it away.
Yeah, he's a big body. He makes that goal look small, and once again, a good save. for the Blue Hose.
Goodrum again. This is the sixth corner for UNCW. Behrend, that time it got over him. UNCW. Elveroth sends it back towards the goal. And a quick save again by Behrend. Boy, the Seahawks putting on the pressure. 25 minutes into this first half. No score. UNCW Presbyterian College. First round NCAA men's soccer tournament. The winner goes to Chapel Hill. Will take on the number 3 seed in the tournament, the North Carolina Tar Heels, on Sunday.
And it looks like for the Blue Hose, with the addition of Bell up front, they've gone a flat 4-4-2, bringing Pinto out here on the left-hand side. And that's the tactical substitutions that you talk about.
Moncada, boy, he got away and took the shot. And it just went off to the right side of the goalkeeper, or his left, our right. 6 shots now total for UNCW. Moncada is finding some space right in front of the goal, he seems to be.
Yeah, like we say, he's that clever player. You know, if you watch him, you take the ball out of the equation. If you would just have the camera purely on him, his head's constantly turning to see where the gaps are, where the defenders are, where his teammates are. He's just a fun player to watch.
Goal kick for Behrend. He'll send it right about to midfield. Knocked down by Cromer for UNCW on the header, and it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Presbyterian. Only one sub so far, and that was Miller Bell for Presbyterian. UNCW, no subs. Presbyterian tried to break forward. Bylander quickly came back. Cromer gets away, now sends it to Moncada. Back to Bylander. He realized he had somebody coming behind him. That was Miller Bell, so he sent it back to Mark Lindstrom.
Love that from Cromer. He's already shown his strength, his ability in the air, and then he shows that he's got quick feet in tight areas as well.
Seahawks will send it out in front of the Presbyterian bench. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Hose. It's been a pretty clean officiated game. Not much so far. I think we've only had the one stoppage, or a couple by the referee, but not much. Seems to be letting them go.
Yeah, it's that one. You can always tell when the referees are doing well because you never speak about them. And that's a compliment to our friendly boys in gold.
Throw in for Presbyterian now in front of the UNCW bench. Again, the Blue Hose have not even had a shot yet. Taken away by the Seahawks. They'll try to counter quickly. Goodrum. He looks forward. He's got Gracia, and he's got him. Nice. Sends it across, and no one there to get it as Presbyterian sends it back up in the air. UNCW will back up. Ekdahl will send it back to Cretans. It looked like it had possibilities for a second there for the Seahawks.
Yeah, and if there's one knock maybe for Gracia is when he gets into such good areas because he's so strong and so quick. There, if you just keep driving forward, you know, the defender's got to compress you. You maybe get a free kick. You maybe get a shot on goal. You maybe get another corner. I just like to see him keep driving there rather than cutting back.
Ball sent across to Gracia, back to Ekdahl, UNCW. Moncada in the middle. That time the ball just got away. Wasn't able to kick it like he wanted to. Presbyterian will turn. Sergio Pinto knocked away again by Cromer, who's all over the place. Bylander for UNCW. Cromer back to Moncada. To Cromer, and he'll send it across the reverse field. 16:45 to go in this first half. They'll go to Gracia again. Right side. Knocks it down. What a play. Popped it over the Presbyterian defender, Luca Ziegler, and then he knocked him down. And the assistant was helping with that call.
And that free kick is given 99 times out of 100 when a defender's facing his own goal and being pressured. The slightest bit of contact, you go down. Free kick. Smart defending, though.
Presbyterian taking their time, and now they'll send it forward on the kick. Bell is back on the floor, on the ground again. Goodrum, that knocked down by the defender for Presbyterian. Ricardo Hernandez took out Goodrum. So another free kick, this time for UNCW. And Ekdahl will come up to take it. Ekdahl trying to figure out exactly where he wants to send it. Looks ahead to Goodrum. And UNCW is called offside. Goodrum is like, why had he had a defender behind him? Unless it was another, it must have been another player.
I mean, he must have come back on from an offside position. But yeah, that pretty much everybody here was baffled by that.
30 minutes in, no score. Behrend again for Presbyterian. He's been the star for the Blue Hose so far. He stopped a couple of shots that the Seahawks had some great opportunities early here to get that first goal.
And that's what Presbyterian's going to need. The longer that this stays 0-0, the longer that the likes of Pinto and Vanier up front, who have been getting points for the Blue Hose, you know, get a chance to steal a goal, to nick a goal.
Seahawks move forward again. Here they come. Elveroth, right side of the goal. Looks in the middle. UNCW player knocked down, but nothing there, and now just knocked away by Presbyterian. A throw in quickly for Nally for UNCW. Moncada took it away from the Presbyterian defender, and he takes the shot. My goodness, again. Goalkeeper, I don't think was expecting that real quick.
Subbing in for the Blue Hose, number 17, Stephen Hupp, replacing number 27, Clemon Venier.
Hupp comes in for Presbyterian. That's their second sub. UNCW still has yet to sub in the first. As I say that, it looks like they're getting set for a couple of players are getting their jerseys ready over there. Nobody ready to come in yet, but it looks like we'll have a sub for the Seahawks here in a few minutes. Again, nice crowd at the UNCW Soccer Stadium. We should get an attendance in the second half. Presbyterian tries to come forward. Again, they have not had a shot yet at all. Seahawks with 7 shots total, not all those on goal. Ball knocked around. UNCW will take control. Moncada will send it back. And almost a giveaway to Presbyterian, but the Seahawks send it back out. And Presbyterian will just send it back to Behrend, the goalkeeper, and he'll reset for everybody. The ball gets through everybody defensively, but UNCW right there as Braden Smith sends it back to Cretans. He will send it out. Header by Bylander. Knocked down by Presbyterian, and they will control. There has not been much control for Presbyterian in this first half. Cromer tried to get it at midfield. Presbyterian turns now. They might have something here. They'll take a long shot. Number 9, that's Sergio Pinto. He just turned and took the shot.
Subbing in for the Seahawks.
Goes over
number
the goal.
6, David Lozano, and number 15, Spencer Saunders. They replace number 16, Emil Elveroth.
Saunders and Lozano come in for UNCW. Elveroth and Moncada will come out. First subs for Coach Aiden Heaney. Ball again knocked down. UNCW will send it back to Cretans. He'll send it forward. Midfield. UNCW able to knock it down. Goodrum. Gracia sends it forward. One of the new players that just came in, that's Spencer Saunders. Tried to use his speed there, wasn't able to get to it.
Yeah, and Saunders has done really well whenever he's come on over the course of the season. You know, he's been an impact player, made things happen. He's a pain to play against. He's always chasing down those so-called lost cause balls. And then Lozano coming on, over on the left-hand side. A little bit different for him, but that'll allow him to cut in on his favored right foot when he wants to, like he did in that last phase of play.
Behrend again with a goal kick for the Blue Hose, sends it to midfield. Ball knocked down by Presbyterian, and they lose it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for UNCW. Cromer quickly gets it in to Saunders. Ball gets away from him, skips over his foot, and Presbyterian will try to come forward. Sergio Pinto with control, and he continues forward. He's the only one. He took the shot earlier for Presbyterian just a few minutes ago. Went over the goal, but it was their first shot.
Yeah, and he's been their brightest spark. And after he hit that shot, he was apologizing to everybody on his team. But, really that's the only thing that they've had so far. So for him, and for the Blue Hose, it needs to get on the ball even more.
Ball knocked down. Presbyterian trying to say Cromer had a handball, but the referee said no, hit the shoulder. Seahawks again back in control. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Still no score. Miller Bell all by himself up front now for Presbyterian as he tried to take the ball away, but the Seahawks quickly go the other way.
It's a great ball from Ekdal.
Gracia sends it to Saunders. He sends it towards the goal. Oh, looking there. Lozano was coming in, wasn't able to get to it. Knocked away by Presbyterian. Cromer now sends it. Ball to Saunders. Oh, he's knocked down. Oh, I thought the ref was going to call something in the penalty area, but instead he said a corner kick. Woo.
Yeah, and that's good defending from Menudier there. He's just managed to nick the ball just in front of Saunders just before he's about to hit it. Good last-ditch tackle.
Goodrum again with a corner for UNCW. Let's see what happens on this one. Goodrum will send it across, looking for the header. Knocked down by UNCW, then knocked down by Presbyterian, sent back. UNCW will send it to Cretans, who comes up almost to midfield. And the Seahawks will have control in the Blue Hose end of the field here. The pitch. 9 minutes to go, first half. Still no score. First round, NCAA men's tournament action. Seahawks send it towards the goal. Knocked away with the header by Presbyterian. And the ball just skips right out to Cretans again. Gracia now for UNCW, looking forward. Sends it to Goodrum. He's looking. Turns, knocked away by Presbyterian. Cromer, though, for UNCW, picks it up. He comes forward. Little too strong, but he gets the ball knocked away, and then Presbyterian saves it. Sends it back where Bylander is standing. And UNCW will set at midfield. Lozano sends it back. Looking forward, ball goes straight to the Presbyterian defense. Menudier. Seahawks get the turnover, though. Goodrum turns, tries to go through two defenders, knocked away by Presbyterian. Back to their goalkeeper, Behrend, and he'll send it forward. Ekdal and Miller Bell go up for that one. Miller Bell with the ball now for Presbyterian as they try to counter. And it looked like the Sergio Pinto for Presbyterian pretty much pulling down the UNCW player. Lindstrom, and the referee blows the whistle. Hawks coming forward quickly. Ekdal, ball knocked, wasn't able to get a good pass there, taken away by Presbyterian. Blue Hose trying to send one forward. Header, but UNCW back on defense. Matthias Mikkelsen that time with the header tried to send it forward for the Blue Hose. Just one shot for Presbyterian, 7 total for UNCW. Seahawks with multiple corner kicks. Presbyterian has not had one in the first half.
Yeah, and Presbyterian is going to have to try something a little bit different. They're playing direct balls to 3 massive center backs who that's all they want to do. If you look at Smith, Lindstrom, and Ekdal, they're massive and they're technical. So, yeah, just keep pumping them long balls forward. We'll just win them or bring it down and start attacking again.
Ball up, knocked down with the header. UNCW, Lozano tries to get it, gets it to Cromer. He is, the ball taken away, but also a foul called from behind on Ricardo Hernandez. So it'll be a free kick for UNCW. Seahawks coming off a second-place finish in the CAA this year. Also, they lost the championship match of the CAA tournament to William & Mary, who also, of course, made the NCAA tournament. That final was 4-2. But the Seahawks get into the tournament as an at-large team. Sending it forward, the header, UNCW. Oh, man. The ball, wait.
How can that have gone out?
Now, wait a minute. The ball was like a kick over the head. It hit the top of the goal. And did the official stop play then because it came out?
Yeah, the linesman's give it out for a goal kick, but just from where Lindstrom played it, I just don't see how it could have gone out and come back in.
Seahawks, I believe, are going to make another substitution. Looks like Goodrum is going out.
Substitution for the Seahawks. Number 7, Shane Meekum.
Shane Meekum coming in.
Goodrum.
And this is another different type of player. Meekum, very technical, good on the ball, tricky feet. Likes to cut in and play in sort of the gaps in between the back line and the midfield line and in between the center backs and the outside backs. So another new look here for UNCW. So those tactics you're talking about, trying to see which looks working for the Seahawks.
Behrend sends it forward on the goal kick. UNCW takes possession. Cromer, who's played awfully well for the Seahawks in this match. They look to send it to the right side here, and they've got Lozano. He looked to turn, sends it back to Ekdahl. Tried to get it forward, and it's stolen away by Saunders for UNCW. Back to Cromer. Left side, he'll send it. Seahawks try to get it in the box, knocked away by Presbyterian. Cromer sends it back. Seahawk player fell down, but the defense is right there. Braden Smith was backing up the player for the Hawks who fell. Some of the footing at times is still a little shaky for some of the players.
Yeah, and I was watching the players during the warm-ups, and, over here, very rarely do you need studs, do you need screw-ins. And I think tonight would be one of the nights that you've got, the metal studs on, but most players wearing moldies, it looks like.
And we have another substitution, this time for Presbyterian.
16, Hunter DeValle.
Hunter DeValle comes in for Pinto. So a substitution there for Presbyterian. 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. No score. Seahawks have pretty much controlled the action in the first half. They had the chances. 2 or 3 good chances on goal. Connor Behrend has been, spectacular so far for Presbyterian. He's made the plays. Seahawks, Meekum trying to get to the ball. Ooh, looked like a high kick there by Meekum. Took down the Presbyterian player.
Yeah, Meek's just trying to poke the ball away there. Just catches him with his studs. Little sore one there for the outside back.
The Seahawks have been through everything this year, different types of games, but how frustrating is it when you're controlling the action? You've had the shots. As you get into the second half, does that start to wear on you?
It can be frustrating if you let it be frustrating, but I think the message that is, echoing, from the coaching staff is, listen, this is all us. This is all us to win it, and it's all us to let them back into it if we want to. Just need to make sure that this sustained pressure, yields a goal here at some point.
Presbyterian trying to come forward. I tell you, number 21 for Presbyterian, Bedoutier, he realized Saunders was behind him. Saunders came a long way to get up behind him. Seahawks trying to get a handball called on Presbyterian. Officials say no. And the Blue Hose will come forward. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. No score. Halftime, we'll take a break, and then we'll come back with the second half. Of course, at the end of the match tonight, Coach Aiden Heaney will join us. We'll get his thoughts on, hopefully, a victory and the Seahawks moving on in the NCAA tournament. Cromer again. He's been pretty effective out there. Seahawks looking to counter. Gracia sends it forward to Lozano, and he lost it out. It'll be a throw-in for Presbyterian. Minute 40 to go in the first half. Some of the Seahawk fans have brought those giant heads of some of the Seahawk players.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad. I don't know if, some of these faces need to be magnified. I think I saw a Moncada. I think I saw a Lozano. That's good to see, though, And the student section out here is big tonight. It looks like the UNCW women's team's here as well. Like you said, it's a very soccer-strong community with the youth clubs, the former USL club that was here, the PDL club that was here last year, as the Blue Hose get another shot on target.
That was number 17, Stephen Hupp, who was able to put that on target.
In the first half.
But you see tons of Hammerheads jerseys here. I saw a couple Pisa. It looks like Wilmington United. All the youth clubs here supporting the highest level of, Division I college soccer that we can get.
And a lot of these players played in the PDL.
Yep.
So they got some good experience in the summer.
I believe UNCW had 9, I think it was, as well as I think they've had 4 Chapel Hill players. And if the UNCW players didn't play here in Wilmington, they played elsewhere in PDL. It's a very important league, PDL.
Seahawks will take the ball forward. 20 seconds to go in this first half. You'll hear the countdown behind us as we get to 10.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Seahawks looking
6,
to counter. Presbyterian
5,
will send
4,
it forward.
3,
and
2,
that'll be the end of the
1.
first half. So halftime here at the UNCW Soccer Stadium. UNCW nothing, Presbyterian nothing. 7 shots for UNCW, 2 for Presbyterian, and as I think you're
what Coach John Potter has got in store for the second half.
Getting set for action. The referee is about set to blow the whistle here, and fans are starting to get back in. I can't wait to get the attendance for tonight's game because we might have close to another record here at UNCW. Great crowd out here tonight to support the Seahawks. Second half underway. The winner, of course, moves on Sunday to take on the University of North Carolina. They're the number 3 seed, and that game will be played in Chapel Hill. This is the 3rd time ever for UNCW to make the NCAA men's tournament. Second time they've hosted a first-round game. Presbyterian's first ever appearance in the NCAA Division I championship. Seahawks will take control. We'll see how we go forward as the Hawks will come out. 7 shots to 2 in the first half for UNCW. And a couple of really good chances for the Seahawks on saves on, as Tom mentioned, by Connor Behrend, who's been he's been the player of the game for Presbyterian.
Yeah, and I think it's all down to that first save that he made from Moncada. It skipped just in front of him. He's done really well to time the save, push it around the post, and that builds his confidence.
Seahawks now, as Ryan Cretons, the goalkeeper, will send it out over by the Presbyterian bench. It'll be a throw-in for the Blue Hose. Just underway second half. Of course, if we're scoreless, we'll go to overtime because we got to get a winner. Can't have a tie when you're in the NCAA tournament. And if you go all the way down to penalty kicks, that would be that's a tough way to end it.
Yeah, and for the Blue, that's not a bad result for the Blue Hose. Going into it, like you said, they're so solid defensively. Maybe we can come into Wilmington, not concede, and then we can nick it in either overtime or on penalties.
Seahawks tried to send the ball forward, and quickly Presbyterian will send it back to their goalkeeper, Behrend, and he will send it back to the midfield line. Looking for the header. Mickelson for Presbyterian. Ball knocked down. UNCW, though, with control. Cromer in the middle. Calvin Cromer has played an important role for the first half for the Seahawks. Very impressive out there. Hawks trying to go forward. Goodrum just looked like he got knocked over by a Presbyterian defender, but the ball goes out to be a throw-in for the Blue Hose.
Yeah, and you mentioned Cromer there, and he's shown a little bit of everything. His strength, his ability to tackle, or his willingness to tackle, and then his quick feet in tight areas as well. It's been a good performance so far from Calvin. Ball
again knocked out. Presbyterian with the throw-in right in front of the UNCW bench. Just underway second half, no score. UNCW Presbyterian. First round action in the NCAA men's tournament. That time the throw-in will go to UNCW. Seahawks looking to go forward. Of course, earlier in the season, the Seahawks very successful on the season. Highly ranked, got ranked high in the some of the polls out there. Then had that middle rut. Hawks try to come forward, ball in the middle. Header by Elveroth, back up now by Presbyterian. Knocked down, Cromer had it for a second, taken away.
Good confident play, though, there from Goodrum. Getting in down that right-hand side and whipping the ball across.
Presbyterian now on the attack. Nice that time. Sergio Pinto tried to come forward. A ball taken away by Ekdahl for UNCW. And he's not able to cross it. Knocked down by Presbyterian. Quickly the counter. Pinto sends it forward to Miller Bell. Knocked away by UNCW's defense. You mentioned that in the first half, that's what Presbyterian will look to do real quick. They might try to do the quick counterattack if they get the opportunity, and that time almost had that opportunity.
You know, and it wouldn't be all that bad if Presbyterian gets a little bit more possession time in their attacking half, UNCW's defensive half, because then that just stretches them out, and it gives the, the likes of Mancada, Goodrum, Elveroth a little bit more room to work in rather than them just sitting back and having the two banks of four.
Ball sent forward, UNCW, Bylander, and he is taken down, no call. Mancada now in the middle. Looks like a Presbyterian player, a little slow to get up. Ito Martin looks like he is shaken up a little bit as he runs back to play defense. Seahawks now in front of their bench. Coach Aiden Heaney talks to his squad, trying to tell him. Cromer will send it back out high. Goes to Mark Lindstrom. He will now cross midfield to Mancada. Sends it over to Cromer. Cromer lets it go through. Gracia now goes down the right side. Tries to send it across. Ball knocked back, but UNCW with it. Again, trying to send it in the middle. Presbyterian trying to call for the offsides from UNCW. Instead, the ball just knocked back out. Throw in for the Seahawks. Just underway here in the second half. Again, no score. The winner goes to take on North Carolina Sunday.
And an interesting look here just as we're setting up for the throw-in. I'd really like to see Nally just come all the way wide and as high as he possibly can. UNCW has had such comfortable possession throughout the course of this game. If he just takes up that position, it would really, really stretch out or at least make the Blue Host think about him being out wide left there.
Nally now tries to make the move forward quickly. 3 defenders surround him. Sends it back out. Mancada now for UNCW. Looks to cross, nice to Cromer. Oh, he might have the shot if he looked for it, and he didn't. He tried to pass it ahead. But ball knocked back to Bylander. Looked like Cromer had a shot available.
Oh, that's a great run from Gracia.
Back now, UNCW. Oh, the shot on goal. And the goalkeeper almost falling down. Behrend able to save it. Looked like he didn't have complete control of that as the ball went towards the goal.
And I don't know if that's taken a deflection or what's happened, but Behrend, big time there. Reaction. He's going the other way, managed to come back across and prevent that from going over the line.
Quickly, here comes Presbyterian the other way. Ooh. Looked like the Presbyterian player got poked in the eye. He's down. The coach for Presbyterian not happy at all. There was no call. Cromer now taken down for UNCW, no call. And the ball knocked out, I think, because the referee will stop the clock. Yes, because we do have Presbyterian player looked like got hit in the eye. So the ref is going over to talk to him. That happened. Then Cromer was taken down for UNCW. The player was Sergio Pinto for Presbyterian. Looked like got poked in the eye accidentally. And the official now will say, let's play on. UNCW will send it back, of course, to Presbyterian. Sportsmanship always shown in soccer.
Always.
Presbyterian now, Garrett Glaze. Haven't mentioned his name. He looks to reverse. Sends it over to Manudier.
That is one of those interesting things about the game, though, the playing the ball back, because it's an unwritten rule, and like you said, it's a sportsmanship thing.
Yeah, it's not required.
It's not, and it's interesting to see at times and the sorts of teams who do and don't do it. And I've come across a few where you think that you're going to get the ball back, and then all of a sudden you're defending.
Jeez.
defending.
Hawks coming forward now. Nally will send it across.
What a ball that is.
In the middle, Mancada's got it now. Can he get the shot off? Oh, knocked away by the defense. Great play by Manudier. Got in front of him. Mancada again almost had the opportunity. Ball loose again. UNCW's got it. Goodrum. Now he's looking. Gets it to Nally. Sends it. Well, he went straight towards the goal, took the shot. Behrend right there, though, had that one gobbled up.
But last 2 minutes, a lot of joy in the wide areas from the two wingbacks for UNCW. Gracia with a nice little cutback. Goodrum unlucky to finish. And then Nally, what a fantastic ball that is. Just opens up his hips, whips it across. And Mancada, if he had a better first touch, it's probably 1-0 UNCW.
Behrend with the goal kick, sends it forward. UNCW with the header. And ball knocked out. It will be a throw in to UNCW. Looks like we might get a substitution here. Well, not yet. Presbyterian does have a player waiting to come in.
That looks like O'Hara, who started the game wide left for the Blue Hose.
Seahawks now. Bylander looking. Gets it over to Nally. See if he can attack. Back to Elveroth. Back to Bylander. Tried to go in the middle that time, right to the defender for Presbyterian, who knocked it away. That's number 10, Ricardo Hernandez. Now Glaze for Presbyterian, trying to go forward. Miller Bell sends it back to Hernandez. Moncada all over him. Glaze now for Presbyterian. Ito Martin gets it taken away by Bylander. Ball stolen back by Presbyterian. They'll come forward. Mickelson. Back now to Ito Martin. Look to get it into the penalty area. Bylander, though, will kick it out for UNCW. Moncada.
Good first touch from Moncada.
Elveroth now looking for some help. He's got Nally running forward. Ball knocked out by Glaze. First half, by the way, UNCW had all the corner kicks, 7. Presbyterian did not have a corner kick. 2 shots in the first half. For Presbyterian, 8 for UNCW, 1 so far in the second half. And it was a crazy save by Behrend, or it could have been 1-0. Seahawks again facing a little physical pressure from Presbyterian on defense, and they will turn now. Sergio Pinto trying to go forward. UNCW quickly sends it back.
Chance
and
for
the
a counter.
Hawks. Elveroth looks ahead to Moncada. Oh, just got in front of him too far, and Behrend was able to get out there. Otherwise, again, the opportunity there for the Seahawks. They are so close to getting that goal. But Presbyterian's just hanging in there. Behrend sends it way forward. Header by Lindstrom knocks it down. UNCW Bylander. Let's see what he does. He gets it to Nally. He's got Elveroth running with him on the left. Puts it in the middle to Moncada. He'll send it over to the right side now. Ekdahl to Gracia. Tried to get it in the middle, knocked away by Manutier. And we've got a foul called on UNCW. As Presbyterian defender falls down. Still no score, 33 minutes to go in this, well, in the match, till we go to an overtime session.
But early in this second half, you got to see what is working for UNCW. And when they switch the ball quickly from side to side and get that weak side outside back, the wing back, into some space, they're really causing some problems for Presbyterian. So want to keep seeing that controlled speed of play at pace to give the likes of Nally and Gracia a little bit more time on the ball. Throw
in for UNCW right in front of the Presbyterian bench.
Oh,
Elveroth, nice
Nally's
turn.
In.
Nally now's got the chance. Oh, bad first touch. But he's still able to send it towards the goal, but it's too late. The first touch was not good. He got away from him.
Yeah, and it's the angle of his run that's let him down a little bit there. If he recognizes as soon as Elveroth spins that he's in, angles it a little bit more directly to the goal, that first touch would take him in, and it's a chance.
Ekdahl missed the header for UNCW. He is knocked down by Miller Bell for Presbyterian. Ball still up. Cromer will clean it up for the Seahawks. Goodrum back to Cromer. Back now to Ekdahl. He comes forward. And he will send it across to Nally again. That time a good touch. Back to Bylander. He's got some room, so he can kind of check things out. Now the defense gets to him. And again, Miller Bell from behind is like pulling him down. The referee lets it go. And Presbyterian tries to break. Quickly knocked down by Lindstrom. Sends it back in. Header up in the air. Moncada will have control. It looks like if he can get to it. He is pulled down. No call. And Glaze now will turn for Presbyterian. Straight into Moncada. Now the ball sent forward to Lindstrom. Presbyterian trying to quickly see if they get any kind of counter. That time defensively, Braden Smith just put down the Presbyterian player.
That's Pinto again.
Presbyterian just decided, Edo Martin just decided to send it towards the box. There was nobody there for Presbyterian. Cretans quickly grabs it. And the Seahawks will set now. Cretans instead will just roll it forward. And here comes UNCW again. Trying to go quickly. And the attendance just announced 1,670. That's pretty impressive. Great crowd here tonight at UNCW.
And it definitely sounds like a lot more than that. The fans here that are here making themselves heard.
Counter now by Presbyterian. Glaze is going to go all the way. He tries to take a shot. It'll go over the goal. Harmlessly, it'll be a goal kick. Quick counter by him.
For both teams. Subbing in for Presbyterian College, number 12.
Couple new faces coming on for UNCW. Looks like Gian Fortone as well as Huntley Munn. Huntley Munn will take up this spot here for Nally.
Replace number 9, Julio Moncada, and number 24,
with some
Ryan
fresh
Nally.
legs. I really like that change by Aiden Heaney. Getting some fresh legs from Huntley Munn up on this left-hand side. He's had a strong season. He's got a really good engine.
All the subs are in. Presbyterian had one go in. It looks like they want to get another one in if they can. Not right now, as Cretans will send it forward for
Also
UNCW.
subbing in for the Blue Hose was number 16.
Throw in now going for
Also subbing in for the Seahawks,
a free
number
kick.
6, David
Penalty
Lozano.
called.
For number
Foul.
16, Emil Elveroff.
So the Seahawks with 4 new faces in right now. 30 minutes to go in this match. Still scoreless. Presbyterian, UNCW, the winner, will move on to face North Carolina Sunday in Chapel Hill. Presbyterian tried the little back heel kick, knocked away, and here's Cromer for UNCW. Tries to feed it ahead. Lozano, he's got it. And
well defended.
the defense by Michael Wilson. Presbyterian. We've got another sub for the Blue Hose.
Subbing in for the Blue Hose, number 27, Clément Venier, replacing number 20.
Clement Venier from France comes back in for Miller Bell. Goal kick for Behrend. He has been a busy goalkeeper. Cretans has not been busy at all for UNCW so far.
But very important for Cretans to stay tuned in. Make sure he's staying involved by giving orders to his back three, you know, because there's going to be a time where you're called on and you got to step up.
Another play here. Edo Martin goes down. The referee blows the whistle. I believe he called a foul on Lindstrom. So Presbyterian will get the free kick on the UNCW side.
And the longer this game goes 0-0, the more, you know, these sort of situations become a little bit more nervy, because this is just an opportunity to put a ball into a dangerous area and anything can happen.
It'll be Glaze for Presbyterian. He'll just punch it forward. And the ball knocked away. We've got offsides, I believe, on Presbyterian. That is the call, so it'll be UNCW.
But there we see it's not the first ball that's the dangerous one. It's the little knockdown or the little flick on. UNCW is going to not want to give away too many free kicks, just allowing Presbyterian to get the ball in the box.
Cretans will send it forward. Well, if the Seahawks can just crack this with a goal, I tell you, this crowd will go crazy. Goodrum right side now quickly for UNCW. Tries to send it across. Knocked away by the defense of Matthias Mikkelsen for Presbyterian. Seahawks now trying to get, well, forward, and they are called for offsides. As the Presbyterian players helping the assistant make that call. Behrend will have the kick for Presbyterian. 27 minutes to go in the second half. No score. UNCW, Presbyterian. 8 shots for the Seahawks, 2 for the Blue Hose. Presbyterian trying to send it long. Knocked down by UNCW. Ekdahl to Cromer. Sends it forward. UNCW will turn. Looking to get it in the box again. The ball skips through, knocked out. I think we're going to get a corner. Yep, UNCW will get the corner kick. As we said, they had 7 of these in the first half.
Yeah, and the deliveries were good, but again, it's not always the first ball. I'd like to see somebody sort of hang out at the top of the box, sort of penalty spot, because there has been a couple that have knocked down there.
Goodrum sends it across. Ball up, looking for the header. Gets through over to Lozano. Lozano being guarded. Sends it back out high. Munn now will send it back across UNCW. Ball knocked away. Quickly, Presbyterian tries to make the counter. That's Sergio Pinto. Ball knocked out. It'll be a throw in for the Blue Hose.
That's a little bit frustrating. You regain possession from a corner. If we play it out a little bit quicker, you know, you're still in the attacking third. And then a little bit of casual play, and now all of a sudden UNCW is defending.
Throw in for the Blue Hose. Bylander tried to make the play. The Blue Hose turn, knocked away by UNCW. Presbyterian going to take the shot. That's a lengthy shot. And not really on goal at all. And UNCW will have the goal kick. 20 minutes gone in the second half.
That chance there for Presbyterian created by Hernandez, Ricardo Hernandez. And he's kind of been an unsung hero for Presbyterian tonight. He's done a lot of the dirty work, kind of the stuff that sometimes gets overlooked. He's kind of been their sort of Yoel Bylander, if you will.
Seahawks now trying to quickly come the other way. Goodrum. Oh, he gets knocked down. No call. Referee says play on. UNCW takes down a Presbyterian player. Back and forth we go, and now it's controlled by Ito Martin. Crowd got a little anxious there for a few seconds.
Yeah, and Ito Martin's won like 3 or 4 tackles in a row there, but love seeing Stormers get stuck in, Bylander getting stuck in.
Cromer tried to turn there, knocked away, but he gets it back for UNCW. Goodrum to Cromer. He is surrounded by 2 Presbyterian players. Cromer still tries to go forward.
That's well played from Cromer. Again, using his strength and then having the clever little dink over the outside back, regaining possession.
Throw in quickly by UNCW. Cromer sends it, and a foul called on Saunders, I think. And that's going to turn it back over to Presbyterian.
That's pretty soft. It looks like Pinto's down for Presbyterian.
So another player down for the Blue Hose. Yep, Sergio Pinto is the player down.
He's taken some sore ones, though. He got poked in the eye. He took a whack from Braden Smith. And then I don't know what this one is here, but he's been battling well for Presbyterian.
They will sub him out, so Presbyterian will get another player in.
Blue Hose, number 16, Hunter DeValle.
Hunter.
Number 9, Sergio Pinto.
I hear our PA guy call him DeValle. It could be Del Valle. He's from Charlotte. So he's in the match. 23 minutes to go. Still no score. UNCW, Presbyterian, Seahawks have pretty much controlled this match, but haven't been able to crack the goalkeeping. Oh, there's a ball knocked away by Lozano. Oh, and Behrend had to come out and kick that away. Gee, Brett Wilson, the player for Presbyterian, Lozano just took it away from him. Into Lozano now, and he loses it out. So it'll be a throw in for Presbyterian. Presbyterian trying to come forward. Hernandez goes to O'Hara. Ball knocked away again by Cromer on defense for UNCW. So Seahawks will try to push forward, but they send it a little bit too far, knocked out by Presbyterian, and it'll be throw in for the Seahawks. Now we've got 2 balls on the field, so they're going to have to stop for a second. Throw in again for the Seahawks. Ball lost by the Hawks. Here comes Presbyterian on the counter. Quick turn.
Good stick again from Smith.
Mickelson goes right side to Glaze. He'll send it towards the box. That's going right towards Cretans, and he has that covered, and he'll take control of that. But again, that's what you're talking about. You got to watch for that. They just throw it towards the box, and anything can happen.
Yeah, especially now that obviously the conditions have been like this all night. But I was asking Cretans before the game as Saunders drives in here. And that's a chance.
Lozano right on goal. Behrend again with the save. This guy is unbelievable at goal. Bylander comes back for UNCW. Looking to get the corner, and I believe the ref gives it a goal kick. Boy, it looked like that went off the Presbyterian player. And the referee was very emphatic and said, nope, goal kick.
Well, so many times you can tell what it was just based on the reactions of the players. And if you're Bylander, why are you letting it out if it's going to be a goal kick?
Yeah. Behrend again with an amazing, great save on Lozano, who had a great shot on him. Seahawks just trying to get one past the goalkeeper. Lozano trying to send Saunders forward. Knocked back out by Glaze. Nice shot to Lindstrom. That time used his knees. Presbyterian trying to get a little control. They've not had much control at all in this match of possession. Glaze tries to come forward. And now they'll try to send, looking for Mickelson. Right side. Oh, Cromer just came up right behind the Presbyterian player. Had no idea he was there. Now here comes UNCW quickly countering. Saunders, they're trying to send him. Oh, he would look like he's being held up by the defender. Now we will see the corner kick. Boy, Saunders was breaking there, and it was Brett Wilson having to kind of hold him up to stop that from turning into a possible shot.
Yeah, good run there from Saunders. He's done well to get in between them, and then he's pretty much just sandwiched out of it. I think it was good defending in the end there from Presbyterian, but again, Saunders being a live wire, trying to make things happen.
Lozano will take this corner. Goodrum has taken most of them, but Lozano for the Seahawks. See if the Hawks can get something here. Sends it across.
Three-header.
Nice, the header on guard target, but it was knocked away by a defender for Presbyterian. And now Bylander just comes up and takes it away. Boy, what hustle. Lozano now tries to take it down, looking to try to get another corner. Instead, he will turn, knocked off the defender. Mickelson for Presbyterian. And finally knocked out by Ito Martin, just to give them some breathing room, Presbyterian.
But like you mentioned there, hustle from Bylander. That's exactly what you want to see from the guy wearing the armband for your team. Leading the way, making something out of nothing, ends up getting it back to Lozano. That's great play from Bylander.
Moncada and Nally come back in for UNCW. They've had a little break, so they should be fresh again for the last 18 minutes of this second half.
Replacing number 10, Philip Goodrum, and number 17, Huntley Munn.
Presbyterian will get the throw in. 9 shots to 2, UNCW. They've had at least 3 or 4 quality chances on the goalkeeper, and Behrend has made some great saves. Presbyterian will send, I believe, that is
number 20,
Miller
Andrew
Bell
Bell
back in.
Number 27, Clemon Venier.
Hawks try to counter a turn quickly. It's knocked back forward by Presbyterian. Ekdahl goes way up in the air. And UNCW now will try to reverse field here. Lindstrom. He'll come forward. He's got some room. Sends it to Nally. Back to Bylander.
Oh, good ball from Bylander.
Forward to Moncada. He's surrounded by 3 defenders, but he's able to get out of there. Now he'll send it over to the other side to Ekdahl. They try to reverse again. And one touch that time by John Fortone. Wasn't able to control it, so it'll be a throw-in. 17:30 to go. And the official this time makes a call as Moncada was knocked down. This is a dangerous area for a free kick right here.
Yeah, a chance to get the big boys up from the back. I think Lindstrom's due a goal. And it'll be a brilliant time to get one for UNCW.
Seahawks, everybody up. Creighton's the goalkeeper, almost up to the midfield line. Hawks have everybody set, and it will be Lozano who will take this.
And he's going to just try and bend this one around the back line into that danger zone. Penalty spot, there it is.
Oh, nice header knocked away. It looked like by, well, I thought it was a defender, but it was a UNCW player that got the header. Out, and it will go to Presbyterian.
Yeah, and that's Moncada. He's found a little bit of space in the penalty area. You can see what he's trying to do. He's just trying to glance it on. Ends up getting a little too much of it. And a goal kick for Presbyterian.
Ekdahl knocked it down, but gave it away to Presbyterian. And they will come forward. The Blue Hose, Sergio Pinto, keeps running forward. Ball knocked out. It'll be a throw-in for the Blue Hose. And I believe we got another sub for Presbyterian.
Subbing in for the Blue Hose, number 17, Stephen Hupp.
Stephen
For
Hupp
12,
back
Kellen
in.
O'Hara.
Presbyterian tries to send it towards the goal, and Presbyterian's going to have their first corner kick, I believe. I don't remember them having a corner kick so far.
No, this is the first one. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they're going to approach it. I would imagine just getting the ball into a dangerous area. Hopefully something knocks down and they can nick a goal here with 15 and a half minutes left.
Edo Martin will be the one who will take the corner, and he'll send it across looking for the header. He got number 23. That's Michael Wilson, got up in the air but wasn't able to direct it towards goal. Knocked out. Goal kick for UNCW. That's what you were talking about. That's a dangerous play there. All this game, UNCW's had control. One corner kick, though, for Presbyterian, and could be dangerous.
Absolutely, and the percentage of goals nowadays that are scored on set pieces, you know, anything can happen.
15 minutes left in the second half. UNCW, Cromer not able to control. Presbyterian now coming forward again. Knocked away by UNCW's defense. Presbyterian will have to reset. Pinto making the turn, taken away by UNCW Cromer. Seahawks now forward. Bylander.
Good feet from Bylander.
Turns, and UNCW will come forward. Knocked away by Presbyterian. And now Presbyterian tried to get the counter quickly to Miller Bell, knocked away by UNCW. They send it across. That ball saved by Lozano to Nally. Back to Lozano. Good hustle by Lozano there to run that one down. Cromer, he's got a player coming from behind. Miller Bell didn't get there. Lozano, Moncada. Lozano tries to go with his left foot, goes over the goal. Behrend didn't have to worry about that one. And we've got another sub for UNCW.
For the Seahawks, number 3, Jamil Gracia.
And it's a good little bit of combination play there between Lozano and Moncada. Moncada's actually overhit the return pass on the wall pass there. And I thought Nally, just the angle he's in, if he just drives in left-footed, he's got a much better angle than Lozano trying to come across his body and hit it back across goal.
13 minutes to go in the second half as Presbyterian sends it forward. If we do go to overtime, we'll have a 5-minute intermission, and it'll be a 10-minute first overtime period with sudden victory. And then we could go through 20 more minutes before we would get to penalty kicks if it came down to that. Again, that's something Presbyterian doesn't have a problem with, because that's how they won their 2 games in their conference tournament. They won 0-0 in 2 games and 1 in penalty kicks. That's how they got the championship of the Big South. Lindstrom now for UNCW. Made sure he was looking back at Creighton's, but then he saw Miller Bell there. Ball throw in back to Presbyterian. Seahawks have a couple more subs waiting to get in. Boy, I tell you, this crowd would just explode if UNCW can get that ball to go in. Cromer, nice play. Bylander now. UNCW will try to counter quickly. Lozano, he's got Nally running on the left if you wanted him. Slows it down a little bit. Now Cromer. He'll turn and try to make the move. Back to Moncado. Across now Lozano. Can he get, the touch wasn't there. He could have had the shot, but his touch was off. Bylander, great, takes it away, and then the official, I believe, called a foul. So UNCW will have the kick.
And that's exactly the type of spot you want to see Lozano getting the ball right at the top of the box with a little bit of time. I think he just thought he had a little bit too much time, a little too casual on the first touch, and the chance is gone.
It'll be Lozano again trying to put it in. 11-21. He'll send it forward. Glaze got up in the air with the header for Presbyterian, knocked out by the Blue Hose, and they will send Miller Bell. He will just try to outrun everybody. Lozano is going to get back there and send it back to Cretans. Miller Bell just pushed Lozano down from behind. Lozano looked at the assistant ref like, come on.
Yeah, Miller Bell's just running there. He's caught Lozano, nothing intentional.
Bylander now, forward for UNCW. Saunders turns, loses control, back to Presbyterian. Glaze turns, gets it back to the goalkeeper, Connor Behrend, who has been unbelievable for a Presbyterian. 10.5 minutes to go. And here come the Blue Hose trying to counter quickly. And they lose it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for UNCW. Now we'll have subs.
And here you talk about the tactics of substitutions again. I like this move from Aiden Heaney. He's given Elveroth and Goodrum a good rest. And now last 10 minutes, get them fresh legs on, get at the back four of Presbyterian, and get this winning goal.
Seahawks with the throw in. They'll send it forward. Trying to see if they can get somebody to get to it, but nope, the defender for Presbyterian almost lost it, but he turns. That's Madudier. Ball knocked out, and it'll be a throw into UNCW.
Bylander again there, just nicking the ball from Hernandez, winning a throw for his team.
Ball into Bylander. Gracia back over on the side. Now he'll send it across to Lindstrom.
As that ball comes across, and if Nally just gets 20 yards higher and as wide as possible, it gives more room for Elveroth, more room for Moncada.
Seahawks now. Gracia makes a move forward, and the ball is knocked away by the defense of number 4. That's Luca Ziegler. Oh, nice move there. He's trying to set himself. He gets it over to Nally, left side. Back to Moncada. Now to Bylander. Forward to Elveroth. Nally tries to make a run. Knocked out, and it's going to be a corner kick for UNCW. Here's a good chance for the Hawks.
And that's good patient play there. Waiting until there's an opportunity. You see Nally just tries to nick it past the defender, run the other side, and wins the corner for UNCW.
Goodrum back to take this corner kick. Let's see if the Hawks can get something. Just trying to get one past Behrend. Ball is headed out by Presbyterian. Gracia will get to it. He'll punch it back in. Elveroth in the penalty area. Gets a shot. Oh, just off to the left of Behrend.
But there we see what happens if you just get balls into the box, especially with the bodies that UNCW has, the likes of Elveroth and Smith and Lindstrom when they're up there.
Our camera person has lost feeling in her toes, but she'll continue on.
She'll brave the elements.
I tell you. Seahawks again, Elveroth. Back to Nally. Looking for Moncada. Got it to him. Oh, he's got a chance here. He's got a chance at a shot. Moncada on goal. Knocked away by Behrend. Oh, my gosh. Connor Behrend is just single-handedly keeping Presbyterian in this. Seahawks could easily be up 4 or 5 to nothing. Goodrum again with the corner. Fans trying to get back into it. Goodrum, nice corner, punched out by Behrend. Bylander sends it back in, and it goes right to Behrend. My goodness gracious. Seahawks are wondering, how do you get a goal past this guy?
Yeah, and it's not just, I mean, he's obviously a big body, but he's doing a really good job of coming out and just closing down angles, making the goal small just by his body, and then even smaller by the positioning he's taken up.
Seahawks tried. Moncada up. Bylander is going to be called for a foul. Takes down Ricardo Hernandez.
And those are the free kicks you don't want to give away here. 3.5 minutes left, and now it's just an opportunity to put it in the penalty area.
Seahawk coaches trying to get their players moving there. They're signaling to try to. Glaze will take this free kick. He will send it to the left. Now he gets it in the penalty area. Lindstrom way up in the air to get that one with the header. Oh, my goodness. Knocked out by number 17, Stephen Hupp, who's, boy, he just took a shot on goal and went right over the top of the goal, almost dropped in.
And that's great technique from Hupp. It sat up nicely for him, and he's hit it on the way down with his laces, getting that top spin on the ball, and it's dipping, and it definitely had Cretans worried.
2:50 to go in the second half as Presbyterian almost got a goal there. Seahawks now trying to break. They've got a chance here. Goodrum to Moncada. Knocked away, but he continues to control. Back to Bylander. Over on the left side now to Nally. He will send it.
Ball.
There's the header by Elveroth. Or is that Ekdahl or Elveroth? No, that's Elveroth.
It was actually Goodrum.
Oh, Goodrum. I'm sorry, yeah.
And
knocked
once
away.
again, Behrend.
This Behrend is unbelievable. Again towards the penalty area.
That's
Cromer. Oh, knocked away by the defense. Cromer still with control. Tried to heel kick back. There was nobody there for UNCW. And here comes Presbyterian, but Lindstrom is there to stop that. Lindstrom now going to make the run forward. Oh, nice play by Lindstrom. He keeps control. Oh, ball knocked away. And we'll have the corner kick for UNCW. Great play by Lindstrom that time. He took it on himself, said, I'm coming forward.
Yeah, the big left center back has got all the fans on their feet now. Big time corner coming up for the Seahawks.
Everybody up, 1:38 to go in this second half. Boy, the Seahawks, Goodrum, right in the middle. Header down. Oh, it was knocked straight down and went to Cromer's feet. We've got a Presbyterian player on the ground again. Presbyterian tried to get the ball. It's going to be a throw-in, and I believe the official's going to stop the clock. Trying to see who, I think that's Glaze, that somehow got tangled up Boy, that ball got knocked right down. It looked like to Cromer's feet. 1:17 to go in the second half, and there's still no score. Unless something changes, it looks like we are going to go to overtime. Of course, UNCW has been known to score very late. Presbyterian coming forward. Seahawks got to be careful here. They'll turn and try to counter. And Nally will come forward. He's got a little bit of room. He's looking. Moncada was wanting.
Play it forward, though.
Bylander back to Cromer.
1 minute. 1 minute
Good
remaining
ball
in regulation.
from Cromer.
Gives it over to Gracia. He's looking to try to get in the middle. Back to Cromer. To Bylander. Bylander's got room to move. Now gets it to Nally. Back to Bylander.
Get a corner.
Knocked away by Presbyterian. They're able to clear.
Good tackle.
Oh, UNCW. Lindstrom taking down number 27, Vanier. 30 seconds to go.
He's got the ball just before it. Two big guys getting into a collision.
Lindstrom with the header. UNCW, do they have one more shot at it? Elveroth just puts it out. And we are going to be going to overtime because
10, 9,
I don't think Presbyterian
8,
really wants to go
7,
forward. Well, they might.
6, 5,
Well, foul
4,
called on Moncada.
3,
That's
2,
going to be it. We are
1.
going to go to overtime. The end of regulation.
And we now head to overtime.
UNCW nothing.
Sudden victory overtime
Presbyterian
period, and the next
nothing.
match shall be played.
All right, we're going to have a 5-minute in. I wouldn't think they'd change anything right now.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think UNCW, you continue to do what you're doing as well, except maybe there's the instruction that when you get into an area where you can deliver, get the ball in the box because things have fallen. Elveroth almost had one go in. There's been chances. Cromer's been unlucky. There's been these little knockdowns. It's coming. It's definitely coming.
Seahawks with control. Here we go. 10 minutes. Nally loses it out of bounds. It'll be Presbyterian with the throw-in. First overtime. Again, sudden victory. If nobody scores, we get a 2-minute intermission, another 10-minute overtime. Elveroth forward for the Seahawks. First opportunity. And he'll get the corner kick. Is knocked out of bounds by Presbyterian.
And a bright start there, and you see no messing around from UNCW. They get the kickoff. It's back to a center back. Diag into Nally. All of that leads to this corner here.
Goodrum again on the corner. We'll see if the Seahawks can get one to get in. Behrend has been unbelievable in goal for Presbyterian. Goodrum will deliver. Sends it in the middle, knocked away. Still loose.
And
goal! I think it was Moncada. Wow, yes, Julio Moncada has put it in. Oh, my goodness gracious. And that's what you were talking about, Tom. He put it right in position where the ball